So today I'm working on restoring this beautiful vintage cedar chest, but there's one big issue. It stinks. It smells really strongly of mothballs. Now I'll be honest with you, I'm not 100% sure I'm going to be able to get the smell out completely, but I'm going to do everything I can to try to remedy this. Cedar chests have been popular for generations because of their natural ability to repel insects, especially moths. The wood contains aromatic oils that deter pests and also help protect wool, linens, and keepsakes from moisture and mildew, so it's no surprise that people use them to store heirlooms and seasonal clothing. Normally though, chests like this are cedar lined. It's a bit unusual to find one that is solid. Walnut is a very common cladding for a cedar lined chest, especially in that mid-century era, which is when this particular example is from. But another thing that's highly unusual is to find a cedar chest that someone has used mothballs in. Ugh. Phew. Now, mothballs are different than cedar balls, or cedar rings in this case. This is something that you would put on your hangers in your closet, which will help repel moths. Mothballs, on the other hand, these little white balls, are made from chemicals like naphthalene or paradichlorobenzene, and these basically turn from solid to gas and release fumes that kill or repel moths and their larvae. Now, cedar balls repel, but don't kill moths. They're more of a preventative measure than a treatment, and that's why a lot of people love to have cedar chests. Mothballs, on the other hand, are extremely potent and effective at killing the moth larvae and insects, but the fumes can be toxic to humans and pets, and it's this really strong chemical smell that just lingers. They were introduced in the early 20th century, and although they're effective, they leave behind this incredibly persistent smell that just clings to everything it touches. There's no single guaranteed way to get rid of mothball odor, especially once it's soaked into that old wood. But there's a few things I'm going to try in this video and some other methods that people have mentioned to me that I am going to share with you. So stay tuned. My name is Angie and I refinish furniture. Sometimes I paint and sometimes I don't, but I always do what I can to save old pieces from the trash. Welcome to my workroom. If you go to the main page of my channel, there's a section here called posts, and this is where I sometimes post fun polls or previews of upcoming projects. Here about a month ago, I posted a picture of the chest I'm working on for this video, and I asked people for their best ideas for how to get rid of this problem. And there were a lot of obviously repeated comments, things like alcohol, sunlight, and fresh air. A lot of people said sanding, things like kitty litter, ground coffee, charcoal, baking soda, basically everything you can think of that normally helps with odors. But this isn't a typical odor, and I'm gonna have to hit this from a few different angles. I'll be starting this journey with alcohol, but first I want to sand everything down. Now, there's no real seal on the cedar, but I want to try to take off that top layer of kind of oxidized wood. There's no real damage to the underside, so I'm going to be going in with 220, literally just to lightly scuff it up. And even on the outside, there are a few minor scratches, but no major damage, so I'm just going to be removing as little as possible. Now there is one little chunk of wood missing here. I'm going to add some wood filler to that later on, just so that nobody snags their clothes or catches their finger on it. So there were a few shots in the beginning that showed me airing this out outside, but my next round of attack here is going to be with some isopropyl alcohol. Now the reason I'm choosing alcohol here is because both of the chemicals that have been used to produce mothballs are soluble with alcohol, not with water. So it wouldn't really make much sense for me to try to clean this with like soap and water, and even vinegar is going to have minimal results here. Wiping down the interior of a piece with diluted white vinegar can help neutralize some odors, but on chemicals like what are used in mothballs, I don't think it's going to be very effective. Now while the top was drying, I went ahead and sanded the bottom inside and out. And once that was done, I took a little sniff inside, and as expected, the smell of the cedar was definitely coming through more, but it didn't really do much for that chemical smell. So I'm treating this with alcohol just like I did the top. Ventilation and airing things out is your best friend when you're trying to deal with this, so once I had done the bottom with alcohol, I set it outside in indirect sunlight for a few hours. Side note, these garage bug screens are the best. I'll pop a link down below if you're in need. Now, I didn't have to do this, but I decided to just kind of refresh this copper paint on the hardware here. I just gave it a little scuff sand and then recoated with some metal spray. So here's the situation I'm in now. I have cleaned this out with alcohol twice. It has sat out in the sun twice, and it's been sitting in the garage kind of airing out for the last, I want to say 4 days. It's been about 4 days since I worked on it. The problem with mothballs is the chemical component that gives it that signature horrendous smell. And the problem with naphthalene is that it's best used with specific solvents. So alcohol can be used. It's a pretty good one. It's not necessarily the best. You want to go with a solvent that shares the same properties as the naphthalene. So next I'm going to try acetone. And acetone is a non-polar organic compound solvent, which supposedly would be the best option to remove the smell. Now in something like this, you guys know wood is absorbent, and who knows how much of the wood has absorbed that chemical. But it's kind of my only other option. I don't have the option to have this sitting in storage for months with something like baking soda and paper. Now, although that can work really well on certain odors and furniture, my experience with mothballs or naphthalene is that you need to go a little bit further into chemistry. I had quite a few people mention too just sanding it down, but the problem with that is I wasn't trying to bring back the cedar smell. I mean, yes, I am, but I need to get rid of that other smell first, and sanding it back will bring up the cedar smell, but it's not going to dissipate the naphthalene. So I'm going to try the acetone trick now. Hopefully that will do it. If it doesn't, there's really not much else I can do. If I can't get it out with that, I might have to seal the inside, which really sucks because it's a solid cedar chest, and you know, everyone loves cedar. But people have also used blanket boxes just like made out of pine, for example, just to keep blankets in without the cedar smell. It's not the end of the world, but it would be sad in this situation, so wish me luck. Different chemical, different issues. You notice I had a glove change here. Normally I can just use nitrile gloves with most of the things I deal with, but for acetone I'm putting on these chemical resistant gloves. These are great for using strippers as well. I'll pop a link for these down below. If you don't have any and you refinish furniture or getting into it, definitely get yourself a pair of these. So I did the same thing here as I did with the alcohol. I did 2 treatments, airing it out outside in between, and it actually smells pretty good. All I'm getting is cedar right now. I am going to be using some actual sealant on the top. I want to bring out those beautiful rich dark colors and also give it a little bit of protection, but I want to keep it natural, so I'm using odors oil. Now, this is not something I would put on the inside of a cedar chest because it would seal the wood, unless that was the goal. And we may end up there. I'm not sure yet. But I did want to put this on the outside. I'm also choosing to seal the underside. It's not something that I have to do, but just something that I like to do. You guys know me by now. But if you are new to this channel and to this product, I want to talk a little bit about odors oil and what it is. It's a non-toxic, food-safe finish. It's obviously great on wood, but you can use it on all sorts of things. You don't have to use gloves to apply it. I just do it to keep my hands clean, but it is safe enough that you could literally get it on your hands and not have to worry about it. It's a tongue oil-based product, and basically what you do is you use a non-woven pad, which is basically just going to help move the oil around. You don't want it to absorb because you don't want to waste any of it, and you want to use as little as possible. I see a lot of first-timers with this stuff putting way too much on. I'm telling you right now, it's a waste because you have to buff off all of the excess that doesn't get absorbed into the wood. Now, this is not the same as something like mineral oil. Sometimes there's a lot of confusion with what this product actually is. Mineral oils are great for some things, but it's a non-drying oil. Odors oil cures to a beautiful, hard, but very soft feeling finish. And part of that process is getting all of the excess off. If you don't get it all off, it's going to be sticky, it's going to attract dust, and that's not what you want. Now, if you drag your fingers across past something you think is done, you can see here it's going to leave a mark. You know that you're good when you dry your fingers across it and it doesn't leave a trail. If you still see your finger marks, keep going. It's a bit of a process and it's a bit of a workout. Personally, I love it. It puts you very close to what you're working on. It's a very tactile experience, and it's just a product I've come to know and love. At this point, I'm very happy with how things are smelling. The odors oil, of course, smells amazing, but I'm referring to the cedar part inside. At the moment, there is no trace of that chemical smell. It just smells like beautiful cedar. Now, there are problems with a lot of locks on certain cedar chests. I just want to emphasize that the lock here has been disabled. It does not catch. So this keyhole escutcheon is essentially just for show. Now, I thought I was done, so I closed the lid, turned the lights off, and went to bed. So I had a bit of a panic moment, as you could probably tell by the foreshadowing, with turning the lights off, shutting the lid. When I went out the next day and opened the lid, I was about to set this all up to take pictures. I could smell that chemical smell again. Now, I opened it up immediately and left it for most of the day, and it has completely dissipated again, and now all I smell is cedar, but I suspect this is going to be kind of an ongoing thing for probably a few more days, so I'm going to hang on to this. I'm not going to list it right away. Probably in a couple of days, and just try to keep airing it out and hope for the best. I do have an ozone generator that I might try to use in this to see if it helps. I've never used it on a smell like this, usually just those musty, mildewy smells. I did a ton of research for this, as well as asking other people that do this sort of thing. There doesn't seem to be one surefire way to get rid of it. Sometimes it's a combination of treatments, sometimes it's just time. I know that's kind of a bit of an unresolved thing here with the video, but this is kind of the reality of mothballs. I'm so glad people don't really use them anymore. I'd say, like, even with the little bit that I smelled this morning, it's at least 75% better, so we're on the right track. I'm just gonna keep going with airing it out for a few more days before listing it, and although a lot of my pieces sell sight unseen, this is one situation where I want someone to actually come and sniff it for themselves before they buy it. Thanks for watching. As always, enjoy the reveal for what it is. I know it's not a huge before and after, it's kind of a different video, but it's a beautiful piece of furniture, and I will see you next time.